When it comes to Mr. Sensitive, I know he's the main character of X-Statix and all. Why was Zeke guys killed off, and was he already predetermined? I like Zeke guys a lot. I like the pretty interesting character. Well, Eric is obviously, but
Peter Milligan, the writer, it was his cruel plan all along to make me create the best Marvel mutants I could come up with, just so he could kill him off at the end of the first issue. And I had to beg him, like, no, we got to keep this one and keep this one. But that was the plan all along.
Yeah, okay.
That's very flattering that you like Zeitgeist, because it wouldn't have been as powerful if he was kind of a subpar character. And so Peter really, you really gained this attachment in that first issue, and so it was brutal. I knew going in that was going to happen, and it was that was the issue that Marvel decided to stop using the Comics Code Authority. It was a historical issue on several levels, but for me personally, it was really gratifying. It's the longest collaboration I've ever had, working with Peter Milligan. I mean, other than working with Laura, but working with another writer. So just a lot of good memories for that. We're going to do it again too. We've talked about bringing back the characters in some form.
Lots of social satire there with Milligan, obviously, when it comes right down to it.
Yeah.
What's a year in the life, or maybe a 6-month period of your life when it comes right down to it? How often do you draw? How often are you at cons? Give us a little sketch, like, what your half a year is like.
Well, I rarely go to conventions. Actually, in 1990 was when my career officially started, and we went to certainly every San Diego every year until 2002. And then when I was invited to the Legend Group with Frank Miller and Jeff Darrow and Paul Chadwick, Art Adams, Mike Manuel, all those guys, went to everything. In fact, I think that was the last time I was in Chicago. We had this Legend tour where I got to go to almost every single comic convention with the greatest guys. They're all heroes of mine. Here I was invited to be a peer. That was huge for me. But then getting up to in around 2002, we just kind of needed to not get out so much, so we stopped. And then this last year we started getting out again. In fact, we're kind of on this big tour that will end in New Zealand next spring.
And then we're not leaving again for a while.
Yeah.
New Zealand?
Yeah.
So New Zealand is actually a Comic-Con as well, too?
2 Comic-Cons.
2 Comic-Cons, okay.
Yeah, we start on the South Island and then a week later end on the North Island. So we're really looking forward to that. But I think that's kind of become a pattern for us.
You spend all your time drawing.
Yeah.
He draws nonstop.
So going to shows is not typical. This year is especially unusual for us, and I think that's what we'll do is, kind of get as much work done as possible and then hit as many shows as possible, rather than mix it up, because I need to be focused.
Momentum.
Yeah. So typically I do a very strict 4 to 5 day work week where I'm working 12 to 14 hours a day, but then I try to take 2 or 3 days of just playing with the family, and that's the way I like to work.
And last question, what is your relationship with Doop?
My
the character?
relationship?
Yeah.
It started as a joke when I was asked to do X-Force, and I was told that we'd be recreating all new characters. Actually, when I was on the phone, my first phone conversation with the editor, Axel Alonso, I was doodling a lot of the ideas were just coming to my head, and for some reason I drew this potato-ish character and just wrote a word balloon, Doop. And so Axel got all those, and his first reaction was, hey, these all look great, but Doop's kind of goofy, and set him aside. But he had pinned it up, my doodles in the Marvel offices, and I guess people were running around the halls yelling, Doop. And so it was all Axel for a while there he was kind of like the Mickey Mouse of Marvel mutants. So that was fun. But I have a lot of affection for all my characters. Everything that I've created or co-created, I'm thrilled with. Comic books are fun. That's why I do it. That's why I keep doing it.
Thank you so much for your time, Mike.
Oh, you bet.